Do you want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes a knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth. "Let's put a smile on that face." And why so serious? Do you want to know how I got these scars, Batman? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he took me to the city to see a marching band, to see a black parade, you could say, and asked me, "Why so serious?" And we became emo. Anyway, now that that's over, let me put my headphones back on. Girls kiss other girls, and no one bats an eye. But I kiss my homies goodnight. And society calls me gay. Ugh, now I don't think that's very fair, now is it, Batman? Oh shit, wait, I'm recording? Fuck. Hi everyone, it's me, Dementic Esley here. We're doing another Total Drama video. Gulp. And, so, what we're doing today is we're assigning Total Drama characters to Harry Potter houses. Yay! Now, before we get into this, let me first explain that I do not agree with J.K. Rowling politically, and I think that her works are not criticized enough for some of the precedents that she sets in them. For instance, creating a group of elves who like to be slaved. That's a little weird, you know, and she's kind of a pick-me when you think about it, you know, with some of the stuff that she does with Hermione. Why doesn't Hermione have any female friends? That's, like, weird. Other than, I think, Ginny, and that's just barely. Anyway, I didn't watch everything. I didn't watch the full movies, all the movies. I didn't read all the books, but I've seen some video essays, and they make some sense because I remember some of this stuff. And I've learned a lot because, you know, it's pop culture, so. But first, let's get into this. So what, like, aspects do we need to look at? So for the 4 houses, which includes Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Gryffindor contains bravery, daring, nerve, and chivalry. Hufflepuff values hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. For Ravenclaw, it values intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit. For Slytherin, we have ambition, leadership, self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness. And also, if you're racist, they'll probably accept you there too. So, let's first get into this. If someone wants to create total drama teams off of this, I thought that would be funny. So, first of all, we have Chris McLean, who is a clear Slytherin. I mean, look at this. Ambition, leadership, self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness. Look at this guy. He's dangerous. Then for Chef, I would say I would say Chef is probably. I think he's. Now that I think about it, he's actually kind of interesting because he has a lot of the different things in here. I would put him in Hufflepuff due to the hard work and dedication, but like at the same time, he does have a lot of daring and nerve and chivalry and stuff like that. But he also has a lot of the other stuff. I wouldn't say he's in Ravenclaw or Slytherin, so I'll probably put him in like. Due to his loyalty to Chris, I'm gonna put him in a Hufflepuff. Now we're gonna move this Chef Hatchet down here. And I will not be doing the Redonkulous race characters, as I have stated on multiple occasions before. Even though, you know, I've had a year of being on this channel, my knowledge of Redonkulous race and my ability to get into their heads is less than the other people. I'm not exactly as good with that. Alejandro is easily a Slytherin. He shows so much ambition. His leadership skills are amazing. His cunning and resourcefulness knows no bounds. Next, I would say that Beth, though I dislike her as a person, I feel like has all the good ones and none of the bad ones. I feel like she's got Ravenclaw with intelligence and knowledge, but I just want to say that's probably just because she's a nerd. So let's look at the other two for a little bit. So for Hufflepuff, we have hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. She does have that. However, I would not give her loyalty due to the fact that she cheated on her boyfriend as much as possible. So I'm going to say that she is in Gryffindor. Next, we have Blanley. Blanley is clearly a Slytherin. I mean, she is willing to take out opponents as quick as possible just to preserve herself. I mean, she took out Bridget just to... that was horrible. Sent her to France, Siberia, or whatever. Now, I think that Bridget is an easy Hufflepuff due to her valuing hard work, dedication. She has dedication, patience, loyalty, except for when Alejandro came around, and fair play. She definitely believes in all those things. Cody is an easy Hufflepuff. His biggest trait is that he's extremely loyal and a good friend to people. He's very much a secondary character too. I would not say he does have a lot of chivalry in a lot of ways and bravery at certain points, but I would say that his dedication, patience, and loyalty are higher than his Gryffindor abilities. Next, we have Ravenclaw, which is an easy thing for Courtney due to her valuing intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit. She also does value hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play extremely with the fair play, but I do not think that she has the amount of patience that she would need to be in Hufflepuff. Or the kindness. I feel like she is kind of scary. So, easily enough, DJ is definitely not going to be a Slytherin. Also, Cody does exhibit self-preservation and cunning. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like Courtney would go into Slytherin. She does have extreme amounts of ambition and leadership skills, as well as self-preservation, though she might not have the resourcefulness that we've seen. I mean, every character's got a little bit of resourcefulness, so I'm gonna have to put her in Slytherin as well here, but DJ is definitely not a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw, that's for sure, so he's going to have to be in Hufflepuff, and he's not bad enough to be in Slytherin. So, bravery, daring, nerve, and chivalry. Duncan is also a Slytherin just due to the fact that he once again has leadership and self-preservation to the extreme, as well as resourcefulness. However, he does not have as much ambition since he does not seem to really care too much. I would say Eva has to go in Gryffindor. Despite her being a antagonist, she does not exactly have self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness skills, or leadership for that matter, so she's an easy Gryffindor here due to her own bravery and her daring and nerve. Ezekiel's a Ravenclaw. For all you about to fight me in the comments and saying, oh, Ezekiel's a bad character, you should check out the rest of my channel where I deep dive into this character. He's not a Slytherin because he does not contain leadership skills. His self-preservation is only staying alive. Cunning and resourcefulness is pretty true. However, he lacks any sorts of ambition. Ravenclaw values intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit. Ezekiel is known for being extremely intelligent and knowledgeable, knowing 8 languages, and excelling in every part of his homeschooling. He also has a little bit of wit to him, and as being a homeschooler, I can tell you that, or I was homeschooled at one point, but not for my whole life, I guess. Ezekiel, as a homeschooler, is going to have a lot of creativity. It's just, when you get stuck at home, you have to find ways to keep yourself entertained. I'm gonna be real here. So Jeff is definitely not friggin' Hufflepuff, that's for sure. So, or not Ravenclaw, that's for sure. My bad. I feel like Jeff would also be a Hufflepuff. He's definitely... Oh, that's true. He does not have that work ethic, so I'm actually going to have to put him in Gryffindor. Because he does have bravery, daring, nerve, and chivalry, but it's not as much as I'd like to put him into that category, so I'm gonna have to put him in I'm still gonna have to put him in Gryffindor above Hufflepuff because he does not have hard work or dedication. Let's be real here. Gwen is a main character, so she's gotta be in Gryffindor. She has faced her fears, she has done tons of stuff, and she's got tons of chivalry to her. Harold is these two, that's for sure. He has definitely got the intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit, but he also has stuff like bravery, daring, nerve, and chivalry. So I'm going to put him in Gryffindor. He is going to be in a Hermione Granger's type of situation where he is someone who could have gone into Ravenclaw or Gryffindor, but clearly just goes into Gryffindor. Next we have Heather. Due to her being racist, she goes into Slytherin. Next we have Izzy. Now, hear me out, guys. It's Izzy. She's the secret genius, okay? So we're gonna put her in Slytherin here. Justin, however, does not have Ravenclaw. He does not really have very much self-preservation. But I wouldn't say he's exactly... I could say he would go into Gryffindor, but I do feel like he does have a little bit of Slytherin in him. Next we have Katie and Sadie. They are clear. They are clear fits for Hufflepuff just due to their teamwork. It's extremely. They work together. They're Hufflepuff. Next we have Lashana. Lashana is extremely brave and strong, and so she is going in Gryffindor. So, we could say Lindsay is part of Hufflepuff due to hard work, dedication, teamwork skills, stuff like that, but I would say she is a Gryffindor due to her having tons of bravery, daring nerve, all that sort of stuff in Total Drama action, even if she's not very bright. Noah is also an easy Ravenclaw. He's all about wit and knowledge. Those are pretty much his only things. Next we have Owen. I would say Owen is definitely dedicated and believes in fair play, good teamwork skills, but he's definitely not completely there, so I'd say it's probably a toss-up between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff, but I'm going to end up putting him in Hufflepuff anyway. So I would say that Sierra is probably also in Gryffindor. She shows tons of bravery and daring. She's pretty daring, let's be real here. Committing friggin' sexual assault on, like, international TV is kind of crazy, I'm gonna be real. Then we have Trent. Trent is an easy person for Hufflepuff. His entire thing is to be someone who backs other people. Hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. Trent would never cheat on his woman, let's be real here. I'm also going to say the same thing for Tyler. Tyler has shown that he does get scared pretty easily of the chickens, so he's definitely not that brave. He also screamed very loud when the cockroach came in. So I would say he definitely values hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. He is also an extremely loyal boyfriend. So now we're just gonna go through the basics. We got Anne Maria here. Okay, let me check, actually. Hold on. I would say that Anne Maria has no chivalrous bone in her body, so I'm gonna put her in Slytherin, because she does have ambition, and I feel like she would be a good leader. But she does have self-preservation as well. Not the poof, you know. Obviously, B is going to be in Ravenclaw. It's pretty simple. He's just a genius. He's very creative too, seeming as he's able to make these robots. Next we have Brick. Brick is a complete Hufflepuff. He is the type of person to save your life. However, he is a toss-up between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff. He is all about the hard work, dedication, and patience, loyalty, and fair play. However, he is extremely brave and chivalrous. So, I will put him in Gryffindor just for that. Cameron is another easy Ravenclaw. We got all the nerds in here. Dakota. Let me just... I'm not putting her in Ravenclaw. I'm just checking the stuff here. I would say that Dakota is a Gryffindor. I feel like she doesn't contain most of the things on this list. She definitely doesn't have the intelligence it takes to be a Ravenclaw. She doesn't have the type of stuff that she would need for a Slytherin. She definitely doesn't have the patience or dedication to be in Hufflepuff, so I'd have to put her in Gryffindor here. Next we have Dawn. Dawn is also a interesting case where I would put her I could put her in the place with hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play, because I feel like she has all those things. However, I do feel like she is just Luna Lovegood, so she might go into a different one, but I am going to put her in Hufflepuff here. And actually, with Dakota coming back to the show, I could possibly put her in Slytherin, but I'm going to keep her in Gryffindor for now. So now we got Jo. Jo is an easy Slytherin. She has ambition. Her leadership is actually insane. I don't care about how you feel of her as a character and if she's like mean or a bad guy or whatever. She is good at leading a team. She can lead Brick wherever and he will follow. She does have self-preservation and cunning and resourcefulness to boot. I would put Lightning in Hufflepuff because despite him being brave, Lightning is the type of guy to value hard work, dedication, and fair play. Lightning would cheat, but in reality, the hard work and dedication part outweighs any type of bravery that he has, and he definitely does not have chivalry. That's for sure. We're not going to be putting all the Mikes in different ones. However, I feel like Mike is brave enough to stand up to his alters. He's brave enough to be in Gryffindor. Sam as a gamer would be in Hufflepuff. He's got the fair play, he's got the hard work, he's got that dedication, he's got the coordination, you know what I'm saying? And loyalty to his girl, that's for sure. To friggin' mutate himself. Sky is the easiest Slytherin on this list, let's be real. He encapsulates ambition, self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness. However, he does not exactly have the leadership, but he has been known to take charge at many moments, so I will put him in Slytherin. Next, we have Stacy. Stacy is completely unknown to me. Completely unknown. We don't get enough information about her. We don't know if she's actually a compulsive liar or not, so I will put her in Hufflepuff. Because that is apparently the place where they go if you don't know about them. It's like the... What's that one cabin in, like, Percy Jackson where they just take everybody? Is it like the Meteor's cabin or something? I don't know. Zoe is hella brave. She's going up there. Amy is extremely cunning and huge for the self-preservation department. That's for sure. We next have Beardo. Beardo, I would say, is interesting because he's a bit quiet and all that sort of stuff. I feel like due to his amount of chivalry and kindness, he would just be in Gryffindor. He didn't really work well with others, and that's one of the things that I feel like Hufflepuffs need. So I'm going to put him in Gryffindor. Dave. Dave is a Ravenclaw. Or is he? Dave contains leadership, self-preservation, but he isn't too smart. in the first place. He isn't really intelligent if he went on to the show knowing that he has a fear of germs. Like, that was the most stupid thing ever. So I would say he is a toss-up between Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. I do not think he's that smart enough to be in Ravenclaw, but I will put him in here because we need more Ravenclaw people. Okay. Next we have Ella. This is a simple Hufflepuff. She works hard, she plays hard. Okay, so interesting thing here. I feel like Jasmine and Sean, weirdly enough, are going to be the only two not, like, bad people in the Slytherins because they have ambition, they have leadership, they have self-preservation, they know how to survive in the wild, they have cunning and resourcefulness. So I feel like they have all those things to be in Slytherin. They are also extremely brave, though. So I'm going to put them in Slytherin just because they have that sort of stuff, but keep in mind they would not want to be around the rest of the Slytherins. Let's be real here. Leonard's a LARPer. He's definitely creative, that's for sure. And he definitely knows a lot, even if he is mentally, a little bit kooky, a little bit crazy. Max, however, is not smart enough to be in any of the bad ones. Or he's not actually good enough to be in Slytherin. He's not good enough at the stuff to be in Ravenclaw, though he'd probably want to be in one of those two. So I would say he's definitely in Hufflepuff, due to him not containing what he needs. However, he did invent something, and he does think that knowledge is important, as for Scarlet, so I will put him in Ravenclaw. Next we have Rodney. Rodney, I feel like, is pure of heart, as one problem. For most of these, he definitely as a farmhand considers hard work, dedication, patience, that sort of stuff. So he would be in Hufflepuff. Sammy. Okay. Sammy's standing up to her sister is pretty important. She also believes in lots of fair play and stuff like that. She's got dedication, loyalty, so I will put her in Hufflepuff. Next we have Scarlet, who is an easy Ravenclaw. That is her main thing, that she's pretty smart. Sky is an easy Gryffindor. She is extremely brave and chivalrous. Next we have Sugar. Sugar is a Slytherin. And that's for sure. She is definitely a Slytherin. Despite her being an idiot, she does have lots of self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness, that is for sure. And leadership. She definitely does not have the other stuff like hard work, dedication. She's a very manipulative person, so we'd have to put her in there. I feel like Topher also contains Slytherin in him with his ambition and leadership. Next we have Axel, who is incredibly brave and is definitely a Gryffindor. Bowie here. Bowie is actually one of the few good villains that we get later on. So he definitely does not have the amount of self-preservation, but he does have leadership, ambition, and cunning to him, and resourcefulness. Valued hard work, dedication. He's definitely pretty chivalrous, but I'm gonna have to keep him in Slytherin here. I feel like he does work as a Slytherin due to the stuff like ambition, leadership, stuff like that. Next we have Caleb. Caleb is interesting. He definitely has ambition. He's got leadership. He's got cunning and resourcefulness. He's pretty smart, but we haven't seen too much of those smarts. I would say that he's probably a Hufflepuff. I'm gonna be real. He's got that valued hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. He's very much of all those things. Next we have Chase. Okay, Chase is a Gryffindor, but he's not gonna be a good one. He does not have cunning, resourcefulness. He's got ambition. He does not have leadership, exactly. I mean, he has enough to have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't have much other than that. Definitely no intelligence, that's for sure. Hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, fair play, not that, that's for sure. So he's gotta be in Gryffindor. I would say Damien goes to Ravenclaw. He is creative, he's curious, he's intelligent, he's got all sorts of wit. Did I say he's intelligence? What the frick, dude? So we got that out of the way. We got Emma. Emma believes in fair play, that's for sure. She believes in getting her revenge. So I would definitely have to put her in Hufflepuff as well. For Julia, she is easily a Slytherin since she is like the Gen Z Heather. We have Lauren. I would have to say Lauren is a Gryffindor. Weirdly enough, she has bravery, daring, nerve, but she does not really have the chivalry. But I'd say she'd still have to be Gryffindor, which is sad for all the Gryffindor people. But I mean, like, we got Sean down here, so, you know, Sean and Jasmine, so they're kind of screwed too. We have Millie. Millie is another friggin' nerd who values intelligence above a lot of other things. MK is an interesting thing because she would kind of be considered a little bit of a Ravenclaw as well as a Slytherin. She has self-preservation, cunning, and resourcefulness, but she does not really have as much of the ambition and leadership that she would need. So I'm going to say she's got the curiosity, wit, all that sort of stuff in order to be a Ravenclaw. Next we have Nichelle. She's just straight up a Gryffindor. I don't know what else to say. She could be a Hufflepuff. She's got that dedication and hard work, but she hasn't shown loyalty or a need for fair play or patience, so we're gonna put her in Gryffindor. Priya's just like the main character, so we would have to put her in Gryffindor. She's so main character that she's got all the stuff that you would need for that. She could also be in Hufflepuff, but I don't think I can put her in there. However, we got Raj and Wayne. Raj and Wayne are easy fits for Hufflepuff. Why? Because, like Katie and Sadie, they are extremely good with working as a team. They are mostly about hard work, dedication, loyalty, fair play. They are extremely about fair play. They hate cheating, so they land in Hufflepuff, but their teamwork skills also contribute to that. Ripper is not a Ravenclaw, that's for sure. Not a Slytherin either. He does have some leadership, but he doesn't really have the cunning and resourcefulness or self-preservation that he would really need. So I would say he probably has the bravery, daring, and nerve to maybe be in Gryffindor. However, there is some things that just make me not want to put him there. So I'm going to... Okay, this is hard. I am going to put him in Gryffindor. Weirdly enough, I'm going to put him in Gryffindor. And for a final character that we're going to be doing, because we're not doing Redonkulous Race, Z is interesting because he is a very brave person and all that sort of stuff, but he is extremely valued for teamwork, hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, and fair play. He's got Hufflepuff written all over him. Anyway, that was it. Thank you guys for watching. And the whole thing. Make sure to go outside, compliment someone's hair, and make the world a little bit of a better place. Bye-bye!